Assalamualaikum Sobat Almira. Pintu hidayah Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala sangatlah dekat jika yang Sang Maha Kuasa sudah berkehendak. Yang awalnya orang benci agama Islam, dengan sangat mudah Allah membalikan hatinya untuk cinta akan Islam, bahkan masuk Islam. Beberapa tokoh penting pun yang dulunya benci Islam, mereka kemudian masuk Islam. Inilah 3 orang yang dulunya benci Islam dan mualaf. Kebencian terhadap Islam yang menyelimuti pikiran mereka tidak selamanya akan begitu. Beberapa dari mereka itu ada yang terpengaruh oleh propaganda, bahkan ada yang memang tidak tahu akan kebenaran Islam. Salah satunya adalah Richard Kinney. Richard Kinney merupakan mantan sersar laut Amerika Serikat. Saat bertugas di militer, Richard tak suka dengan orang Muslim. Kebencian Kinney yang amat kuat membuatnya berharap semua Muslim mati. Setelah masa tugasnya selesai, dia kembali ke Amerika Serikat. Richard menjadi seorang pemabuk dan kebenciannya kepada Muslim semakin bertambah. Bahkan dia mengaku berencana membuat bom rakitannya sendiri lalu meletakkannya di salah satu Islamic Center. Dia ingin setidaknya 200 Muslim mati oleh bom rakitannya. Bahkan dia tidak peduli jika nantinya dia akan mendapat hukuman mati atas aksinya tersebut.
I said, that's what I want to do. I went off and joined the Marine Corps. I wanted the action. I was just angry. I was just full of hate, and it just fed off itself. I had devised a plan, create my own IED, homemade bomb, and I was going to set it off right outside the Muncie Islamic Center. 200 plus killed or injured. That was the plan. I saw an opportunity to do one last thing for my country. This was my rationale. I knew I would end up in the federal prison with a needle in my arm. I didn't care. My hatred of Islam, it was the only thing that was keeping me alive.
Namun atas izin Allah, hidayah mulai mendatanginya. Terdapat kejadian ketika dia mengomentari orang Islam di hadapan putrinya yang masih kecil. Respon dari putrinya sangatlah membuat dia sadar bahwa rencana itu kemungkinan akan membuat putrinya terkejut dan marah.
One day my daughter comes home, 2nd grade maybe. She was telling me about this little boy who sat across from her. His mom came to get him. She said she had scarves on her and she had a dress all the way down to her feet and you couldn't see her on nothing but her eyeballs. At that point I snapped. Started spewing things out of my mouth that should never be said in front of children or anything. She didn't say anything. It was the look on her face. I remember my daughter looking at me like I was absolutely the craziest person on the face of the earth. She was my little buddy. She used to say we were road dogs. I know, I saw it in her eyes. I made her question that love. And that's when the light bulb came on.
Dia tidak ingin putrinya memiliki rasa benci yang mendalam seperti dia. Sehingga Richard berusaha menemukan cara yang lebih baik untuk menghadapi kebenciannya. Penasaran akan Muslim di Islamic Center tersebut, dia mencoba datang ke sana berniat untuk mengajukan pertanyaan ke para Muslim di sana. Namun inilah yang terjadi.
I decided to give the people of this community one more chance. So I went to the Islamic Center, see a gentleman in the shoe room taking off his shoes. He looks at me and he smiles. He said, "Can I help you?" And I said, "Yeah, I want you to teach me about Islam." So he went and he gave me a Quran. Read this, come back when you have questions. So I did. And I would see things in the book, I'd be like, there it is, I got them right there. Explain that to me. And they would. This was a kind of awakening. Long story short, 8 weeks after that first day I stepped into the Islamic Center, I became a Muslim. I'm a Muslim, a veteran, and a proud American. I had learned that I was completely wrong about everything that I felt. You know, Judaism had a message, Christianity had a message, Islam had a message. Funny thing is, though, it was the same message. It was about peace, and it was about love.
Selain dari Richard Kinney, ada juga salah seorang kisah mualaf dari penulis buku anti-Islam. Dia bernama Joram van Klaveren. Joram van Klaveren adalah mantan politikus Belanda sayap kanan yang dikenal sebagai partai anti-Islam. Joram dulunya adalah Kristen yang taat, namun dia sering mempertanyakan hal-hal dalam ajaran agamanya. Saat beranjak dewasa, minatnya terhadap isu agama membuatnya mengambil jurusan perbandingan agama di salah satu universitas. Dari semua agama, Islam memiliki citra sangat buruk di matanya, apalagi setelah pembunuhan tragis sutradara Theo van Gogh.
How and why did you decide to write an anti-Islamic book?
After high school, I went to university and I did comparative religion. And the remarkable thing, I think, was that the first day of me going to college was September 11, 2001. Already thought, okay, these Muslim guys are kind of crazy and this religion isn't the truth. Then a few years later was this guy in the Netherlands called Theo van Gogh, Theo van Gogh. He was a famous filmmaker and he was killed in the street. He was shot and they tried to slit his throat and they put a knife in his stomach with a letter on it for another girl, Ayaan Hirsi Ali, and it said, "You are next." So it strengthened my anti-Islam feelings in such a way that I thought, well, I have to become politically active to do something and stop this evil.
Kebenciannya terhadap Islam semakin diperkuat ketika dia masuk ke dalam partai anti-Islam, Geert Wilders. Selama bertahun-tahun dia menjadi tangan kanan sang pimpinan, Geert Wilders. Saat menjadi anggota parlemen, untuk Partai Kebebasan Wilders, Joram sering melakukan kampanye tanpa henti melawan Islam di Majelis Parlemen Belanda. Ketika kebencian Islam semakin berputar di kepalanya, dia menulis sebuah buku anti-Islam. Bahkan dia menyebutkan Islam adalah sebuah kebohongan dan merupakan agama yang berbahaya di dunia. Namun ketika dia menulis buku itu, hati dia goyah dan malah menemukan kebenaran dalam Islam.
And that really had to do with Islam. That was the reason that I wanted to write a book, to explain to people why Islam was a danger for the world. When I was writing my book, like I said earlier, the questions, the doubts I had about Christianity popped up again. And that was about truth, of course, because I was a believing Christian guy. And yeah, the Christian questions I had in the end were answered in an Islamic way. Because, of course, when I started writing the book, a lot of people think that it was a political book. But it wasn't so much a political book, it was a religious book, because I wanted to show people why Islam was a danger as a religion, and I wrote it from a Christian perspective. So in the beginning, I made a comparison between the Christian concept of God and the Islamic concept. So I started comparing it. But because I had these doubts about the Trinity, and I saw Tawheed, the oneness of God in Islam, I thought, yeah, it sounds a little bit more logical. And then I thought to myself, well, I reread the Bible to refresh myself, to see, okay, why isn't the concept of Islam, the Tawheed concept, isn't the Christian concept? But when I was reading the Old Testament and I saw what the Old Testament prophet said, it was one God, one God, one God.
Masya Allah, atas kehendak Allah yang tadinya dia mau menulis buku anti-Islam, malah Allah membalikan hatinya untuk masuk Islam. Selain dari Joram van Klaveren, ada juga salah satu anggota Partai Kebebasan Wilders yang mualaf. Dia adalah Arnoud van Doorn yang merupakan salah satu dari para pemimpin partai anti-Islam di Belanda. Bahkan ia juga membantu memproduksi sebuah film provokatif yang berjudul Fitnah pada 2008. Di dalam film itu mengandung kebencian terhadap Islam dan Nabi Muhammad yang berisi tentang Islam itu identik dengan kekerasan. Di dalam partai tersebut ia menjadi tim media yang bertugas agar orang benci Islam.
How did I become a member of the PVV from Geert Wilders? That's a question that a lot of people are asking me. I never was an Islamophobe. I was really critical about Islam. I had all the prejudice feelings that a lot of people in the Netherlands and the West have, like Islam is violent, it's oppressing women, they're all terrorists, and all this, rather dumb ideas about Islam. I became a member of the PVV, and I was responsible for example, public relations in the way of how to influence the people, how to influence media.
Semakin gencar dia mengajak masyarakat membenci Islam, tapi hatinya mulai merasakan sesuatu yang berbeda. Suatu ketika banyak orang yang memberitahunya bahwa persepsi tentang Islam yang selama ini dia pegang itu salah, namun Arnold tidak percaya itu. Tetapi ketika mulutnya bilang tidak percaya, hatinya malah semakin bimbang dengan perkataan mereka.
How did I become from a very critical person, very critical about Islam, to convert to Islam? I was within the PVV for maybe 3 years, and then I was having some doubts. People are talking to me, Muslims, and they said, "You're wrong. You're wrong about Islam. You're wrong about these ideas." actually it's a very peaceful religion, it's a very wise religion. And I thought, yeah, right, of course, you're supposed to say that, but it's not true. But still, something inside of me was like, this is not good, something is wrong. I want to know more about this, if it's really that evil. And I started to read not only the things of what I was supposed to read, that's the propaganda from the PVV, but I was reading for myself, and I started to read the Quran. I was reading about Sunnah, about Hadith, and I thought, there are so many wise and beautiful things in all this information, so it can't be really that bad. And I was getting more and more curious about Islam.
Mulai dari itu, rasa penasaran Arnold semakin bertambah akan kebenaran Islam. Dia menghabiskan waktunya untuk mempelajari Islam, dan pada 27 Februari 2013 menjadi tanggal yang bersejarah bagi Arnold. Secara mengejutkan, pria kelahiran 1966 ini mencuit di Twitter bahwa ia menyatakan telah memeluk Islam dan akan memulai kehidupan baru sebagai seorang Muslim. Mereka itu sebenarnya belum mengenal Islam lebih jauh dan dengan mudah memberi cap negatif pada Islam. Namun jika Allah sudah berkehendak, maka benar-benar terjadi tanpa terkecuali. Allah Maha membolak-balikan hati, awalnya benci Islam tetapi berubah menjadi cinta, dan mereka menjadikan Islam di dalam hati mereka. Semoga kita semua selalu bisa memegang teguh Islam dalam hati kita. Ya muqallibal qulub sabit qalbi ala diinik, wahai Zat yang Maha membolak-balikan hati, teguhkanlah hatiku di atas agamamu. Amin. Sobat Almira, jangan lupa like dan subscribe untuk berlangganan video menarik lainnya dari Almira TV. Terima kasih dan sampai jumpa di video berikutnya.